All right, so today I'm swapping out the sway bar end link. So I jacked up the truck, put jack stands under there so the suspension will hang, and then I unbolted the top of the sway bar end link, and then we'll unbolt the bottom. And basically we're letting the suspension hang a little bit so we have no tension on the sway bar. And then I'm going to swap these out and we'll go from there. So this is the sway bar end links that I'm going to go with here. I've got larger springs, so like about a 3.5 or 4 inch lift in the front. So I'm going to use the sway bar extender kit from Suspension Max, and obviously this is the part number. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. All right, so my compressor was running, so I took these off the end link here. So 13/16 on the nut here that we were just holding, and then on the end there's a 6-point on there, which we use a 10mm air ratchet to take that off. And on the other end here, this is a 15mm to take that off, and you can see that one's bent. I don't know if it's because of the lift or what, but that's why we're replacing them. All right, so we put the end link in there. It just says to put the nut on hand tight. Then I jacked up the axle a little bit so we can get full penetration through there. And we'll put the bushing, the washer, and then we should be able to get the nut on here in a second, and I will do that real quick. So on these ones, it's basically just a big bolt. So I just had to push up on the bolt to allow me to get that nut on there. So they don't want you to over tighten it. They give you torque specs in the box. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So it looks like for our part number, which is the 227, 7/8 socket, 60 foot-pounds. All right, so we got 60 foot-pounds. All right, got that one torqued up nice. So they were very explicit to not over compress the bushings. So I did it just like the photo right here, proper compression, just to the point where it started getting hard to tighten. A few threads showing through the nut, and just a little bit of compression on those bushings. So there's our finished product. Right there, a few threads, a little bit of compression on the bushings. The one at the bottom tightened to 60 foot-pounds. So it looks like it's it. I'm gonna take it for a drive and see how she rides. All right, so she runs and drives nice. There's a new wheel and tire package, just something pretty simple, nondescript, and looks like we're sitting level like we want. It's good to go. So here's the part number for the sway bar end links from Suspension Max that we use for the truck, and here's the finished product after we're all done, nice and level.